Welcome to the December 18th, 2016 Guitar Blog episode on developing better strumming and picking. Strumming and picking, along with other standard guitar techniques, are crucial for developing the ability to perform ideas on guitar. And when these skills are developed properly, it makes playing music on the instrument a lot easier. But if these skills are lacking, then performing anything on guitar gets a lot more difficult. For a lot of guitar students, the topic of guitar technical skill is generally quite weak. There are far too many students who neglect technique and instead focus entirely on learning song after song. And while that can be fun, it can also keep a student at one constant plane or just sitting at a plateau and sometimes just maintaining a very poor technical level of ability. So in this lesson, we're going to look at a collection of exercises that combine strumming and picking concepts together to help improve these areas and make guitar playing a lot more fun. So in example one, we have two different riffs that we're going to take a look at. It's in Triad Harmony, and Triad Harmony all too often, we're just going to be dealing with a lot of open position chords, chord patterns that are maybe brought around by bar chords on the 6th or 5th strings. But my recommendation for just developing better strumming is to break away from these common shapes. And in example 1A, I have three triads from the key of A minor. So we're working in A minor here, and they're going to be performed between 9th and 5th frets. They're connected by way of just a short pentatonic idea. So let's just get this thing started here. It goes like this. This is example 1A of the handout. All right, so what's happening is we have a 16th note riff up front with a small chunk of the A minor 7 chord there. And then we're going into the pentatonic riff after that. So small bar chord idea between the 4th and 2nd strings, just all across the 5th fret there. Then into the 16th note riff from pentatonic. We're using a C on the 3rd string 5th fret, an A on the 4th string 7th, into a G on the 4th string 5th. Then we're jumping forward into the 7th position. We're going to play a small G major chord here. That's off the 9th, 7th, and 8th frets. Then doing a bar in the 7th fret. We're catching the 4th through 2nd strings once again in a similar type of bar that we started with off 5th fret. We're just doing it now on the 7th fret. Here it is a little slower. Now, in example 1B, we're going to be changing things up a little bit. We're going to be doing a little bit more on the picking side. It's the same triad harmony, but this time the focus is going to be much more upon single note line picked phrases with just a few double stops. So here's the new phrase. So we're starting off there, 7th fret, 4th string. And that's an A moving up over across to an E on the 3rd string, 9th fret. The resolution tone takes us over to a C at 10th fret, 4th string. And then we're going to do a hammer-on pull-off lick after that between a G and an A, 8th and 10th frets of the 2nd string. Then we're going to do a slide from the E to the D on the 9th fret to the 7th fret of 3rd string. Then we're going to do a double stop hit on the 7th and 8th frets of the 3rd and 2nd strings. We're getting out of that to a small 2-note chord on the 7th frets of the 3rd and 2nd strings there. It's basically a D and an F sharp. So we have a D and a G giving us the sound or the impression of a G chord. And then we're going to a small bar giving us the impression with the F sharp coming in of a D major chord. Here it is a little slower altogether now. You can hear also I'm doing a little bit of a ghost note attack in between, just to give it a little bit of an interesting percussive effect. And now you have two different exercises with the same harmony. It's still, A minor, and then a G and a D. Still the same idea in the overall harmony, but we're just breaking it apart in a couple different ways. The first way, in example 1A, we're doing more of a triad theme. And then the other triads were over here. With, of course, that short picked phrase in between. So that's example 1A again. And then 1B, we switched it up to more of a single note melody line. So get started by practicing those. It'll kind of get you sorted out on one harmony, being into the approach of it in two different ways. And we'll take a short break, come back in just a moment, and we'll look at some isolated string set strumming with an addition of a sweep pick line as well. Improvising a rock lead is a must-have skill for every guitarist. This lesson plan shows how to combine 7-tone scales, arpeggios, and pentatonics to create more interesting rock solos. The focus throughout the lesson plan is placed upon using embellishments like slides, vibrato, bends, hammer-ons, and pull-offs. As a bonus, a complete rock song is included for jamming over at home. Rock lead soloing is available for instant download in the View Our Products area at creativeguitarstudio.com. All right, now in example 2, our melodic statement here involves less of the triad strumming concept and more emphasis upon legato picked, hammer-on pull-off runs mixed with a sweep picking idea. Now the phrase is designed to be performed as a riff and looped as a part, and the pickup notes lead into our tonic chord of C major. Now I'm just doing that with my thumb in the bass and with my ring, middle, and index fingers up on top there. Now, that's going to move directly into a G major chord, but it's going to be played as a 32nd note sweep picked idea. And I'm doing it sort of in two positions because I have the sweep pick occur in 7th position and then jumping down into the 4th position to just take the small 2-note double stop of a G and a B, the primary tones, the major third of the chord. So I've got that two positions there for the G. Now, the idea overall is that measure 2 is going to descend out of that G major chord sweep and return back into the pickup phrase, and then you have a loop that's going to be taking place between the two parts. There's a lot of coordination involved to go with the hands of balancing the techniques together, but I'm just going to move through the whole idea here very slowly, bring you up to speed on it, teach you how it all operates. We're going to start in the 9th fret area on the 4th string. We're going to do a hammer on there, going from the 9th fret to the 10th fret. Then we're going to go to the 3rd string, and we're going to have a hammer-on pull-off idea there at 9, 12, 9. Coming back to that 10th fret on 4th string. Then we're going to jump over here, grab this low 8th fret note on the 6th string. It's a C tone, the root of the chord. And we're just going to grab that with the thumb, and then we're going to have the upper part of the chord played normally. Just as you would know probably the standard F chord down in 1st position. It's the same shape, but it's up in 8th fret, giving us a C chord. And you can tell too in there we're doing some scratch rhythms, so we got some percussive effects in there. Ghost noting. Now after that, with the C chord, that's when we're going to take place things here with the sweep pick. Now the sweep pick idea, you want to lift your fingers over off of the chord tones as you go. Now we're playing a chord here, 10, 9, 7, and 8. It's a G chord, standard G chord shape out of a typical C type shape, just made movable up to 7th fret. But to get the sweep sound, you have to lift your fingers off of those notes as you sweep or as you drop your pick, because your pick is dropping across the strings, one string at a time. And then you're going back 2 notes again on the 3rd string. You're getting the 7th and the 9th fret again. And then you're moving over to the 5th and 4th frets of the 4th and 3rd strings there to get the G and the B, which is really the impact of those same 2 notes that are done on 10th and 9th frets. So you're getting the sweep, coming back, and getting these 2 notes over here. And just for a different effect, because again, this is brighter than this. This is warmer sounding because we've got 2 wound strings, and the lower one is much thicker winding than these 2. And the difference up here too in 4th fret position is we've got a non-wound string up there on the B tone. After that, we just go right back to that riff again. And that's a small C major arpeggio there, with a major 7 arpeggio actually, because we're leading from the B into the C. That's generating the major 7, and then we're moving to the major 3rd into the perfect 5th. Back to that tonic note again, the root note again, the C. So it's a fun one. It's a really nice example to mess around with. It's going to be teaching you, obviously, quite a few different techniques mixed, because we have hammer-on pull-off concepts, the legato concept. And then we also have the idea of the strumming that's taking place with some of those ghost notes, and we're including some thumb in the bass technique there as well. Then, of course, there's the sweep picking. So watch out for that, because sweep picking can be very difficult to develop. Just have to practice it very slowly. Remember to lift your fingers, because it's really not, it's sort of defeating the purpose of the sweep if you're holding the chord tones down. So you're not really doing that. You want to have those fingers lift up quickly, and that gives that nice punchy effect of each chord tone there. All right, so anyway, that wraps up example 2. And in the next section, when we move on to example 3 and 4, we're going to look at string skipping concepts, double stops. We'll have some pedal point picking going on. I have a funky 16th note groove that we're going to also be looking at some octave chord melody with. So it's going to be really good. It's part 2 of the video, located in the members area at my website at creativeguitarstudio.com. There's a lot of videos on the site now, and I think that you're really going to enjoy the lesson plans the most on there. I've got introductory, intermediate, and I've started an advanced program that I'm running with new videos coming out every 4 to 6 weeks on that side. So there's lots of stuff to go and work on the members site. I hope to see you next in the members area at creativeguitarstudio.com. If you want to learn the modes and get a really good understanding for how they can be used musically to write songs, play a solo, or compose melody lines, then you're in luck. My ebook, Using the Major Scale Modes, is a comprehensive manuscript outlining exactly how modes are used in respect to harmony and to compose or improvise melodic ideas. Over 50 pages of scale patterns, example progressions, and music theory all come together to create a comprehensive method on how to use the modes that's easy to understand. Using the Major Scale Modes is available for instant download in the View Our Products area at creativeguitarstudio.com. Thanks for watching part 1 of the lesson. Be sure to sign up for a membership at creativeguitarstudio.com to watch part 2, where we'll be making a study of the use of string skipping, double stops, pedal point, octave chords, and a 16th note funk groove. Plus, as a member, you'll be able to download the handout for this lesson. So I'll see you next in the members area at creativeguitarstudio.com. Thanks for watching. Click here to subscribe to the Guitar Blog Update YouTube channel and never miss another video. Click here to sign up for your free membership to creativeguitarstudio.com. And if you take out a paid membership, you'll get premium content downloads of jam tracks, lesson handouts, and full access to all the members area video lessons.